I genuinely don't care. Like, Ferrari have legit defeated me. If this was a couple of years ago, I promise you I would have been so annoyed. I actually don't care. Like, Ferrari have fully defeated me. Like, watching that race, I could have got so angry listening to Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton's radio messages, but I genuinely didn't care because the team that I grew up watching battle for first, seconds, nothing. The standard is first place in Ferrari. We were sat behind Williams's and Haas's, battling for 6th, qualifying 12th, battling for 7th, 8th, 9th. I don't give a shit. We're Ferrari. If we're not battling for podiums or first places, why do I care about this drama? This is going to be the headline. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Our car is slow. Did you see the car they were driving before the start of the race? That little Lego thing. That was the quickest Charles Leclerc's gone this weekend. So when you guys are all talking about, oh, Hamilton should have been let through quicker than 3 laps, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like, I actually do not care because my team is dreadful. It's. Does this sound like I don't care about that? It's not what I want to be talking about. Yes, all of us flipping sofa race engineers know that Hamilton, it should have took him, okay, I understand. You wait a lap, see if he really is quicker or see if it's just the DRS. Once that lap comes through, do it. Ferrari took 3 laps, not the 2 laps that you'd expect to make the pass happen. But then Lewis did not lose Leclerc at all. He didn't lose Leclerc at all. So then there's the argument, did Lewis ever have the pace or did he just have DRS? I personally think he didn't have the pace because the only reason he caught up with Leclerc was because Leclerc was battling with Sainz. And then Sainz had that really weird VSC start and that closed up Lewis right next to them. So I don't know if he ever really did have the pace that made him quicker than Leclerc. Yeah, he did a couple of faster laps of the race, but that was because everybody else was pitting. And there was also a virtual safety car when all the other new people on new tyres pit. And then as soon as they got the tyres out of the VSC, they did laps quicker than Lewis. Ferrari never were fastest on track. Lewis was fast on track for 1 lap, and that was because of that. On top of that, Leclerc would have been about 10 seconds ahead of Hamilton if it wasn't for the virtual safety car. So this whole battle wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Hamilton pitting under the virtual safety car and Leclerc just missing out on it.
This episode was going to be on just Verstappen and McLaren because Verstappen is making F1 less boring for us. He's challenging the McLarens the best that he can do. I mean, Norris, he has zero respect for, zero fear. It's so obvious. He pushes Norris off the track. It's like, come on, little boy, let's go again. It was really embarrassing when Norris finally got past him. But in those laps leading up to him trying to get past him, it was light work for Verstappen. Piastri, like, there was a good battle there. You can see Verstappen's intent. Verstappen locked up. Wow, there's a Verstappen mistake. He locked up Piastri. Have I seen Verstappen make a mistake with Norris? Other than this, the FIA be like, okay, actually, mate, 10-second penalty. You've gone a bit too far there. Luther, I honestly believe that Verstappen truly wants Piastri to win. If it's not him, he wants Piastri to win. He just doesn't want Norris to win. And is that the same for a lot of the fans? I don't know why Norris has this, it's not hate for him, but just this dislike of him. We've just watched his post-race interview. It's all negative. Yeah, you know, not the best weekend, yeah. Yeah, I'm sick of it, man. You're in the fastest car. Just pull yourself together. Dude, oh my God, I wanted to shout there, but I lose too much time on Norris. But the Ferrari, I can't even follow up with Luther on that. It's embarrassing. Very much embarrassing. But shout out Piastri. He's got more wins than Norris this season. Shout out Verstappen for not letting this be boring. McLaren finished 57 seconds ahead of Leclerc. What was it, more than 30 seconds ahead of Russell. Shout out Russell for another consistent finish from him. He shot up the Antonelli lovers. Everyone thought that Antonelli had the best weekend, was having the best weekend. He was actually, but then Russell finished ahead of him. But yes, guys, before you attack me, the VSC helped Russell. What a boring race F1 has become, man. Honestly, thank God for Verstappen. Thank you for at least giving us something.
Yo, guys. How do you rate this top, bro? It was given to us by Law, a really cool brand that is... I just want to stop the video to tell you about this that I'm wearing right here. Law. It's a racing-inspired new clothing brand. They sent us these tops. We love them. They're absolutely sick. And it's probably the only thing during this Miami Grand Prix weekend that made me actually happy. I also want to say that they're Miami based, so if you are in Miami for the Miami Grand Prix or just visiting, you could probably get some stuff there, but they ship worldwide. It took us about a week to get these, so pretty quick, decent, and I mean the fitting is absolutely amazing. They're sick. They got plenty of stuff on their website, as you can see here. Check it out. The link will be in the description, and thank you again, Law, for this stuff. I know I come here and I talk about Max Verstappen a lot because a lot of the time I'm in awe of Max Verstappen, but coming here after the Miami Grand Prix has actually given me even more respect to him because he finished 40 seconds behind the McLarens. Now, can I just add the fact that he finished 40 seconds behind the McLarens and is able to beat these guys in qualifying? It was his second straight pole position. It was his third pole position of the season. Now, do I think that the Red Bull is the fourth fastest car, as I've said multiple times? At this point, no, I think the Ferrari is slower than it. I think you have to add the context of Red Bull in Max Verstappen's hands versus Red Bull in Yuki Tsunoda's hands. I think the Red Bull in Max Verstappen's hands is a quicker car than the Ferrari now. My mind has changed. I will admit I'm wrong, but I do not think it's anywhere near the McLaren. And therefore, it's either him being an absolute genius, so committed, pushing the car more than Norris or Piastri are willing to do because he has to do it, because that's his only hope of getting pole positions. And it's bringing out some absolutely legendary laps. And also semi-exposing Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri as not performing well enough in qualifying. For Lando Norris, I do think you are slowly going to see the life drain out of him. His teammate is in a rich vein of form. 3 straight victories. The way he's driving this season, it looks like Michael Schumacher is going to stay as the only driver in history to win 5 straight championships, because unless this flexi wing thing completely changes the grid and somehow Red Bull do manage to close that gap to McLaren enough to help Max Verstappen, I can't see how he's going to be able to beat Oscar Piastri with this lack of equipment. Watching Oscar Piastri and Max Verstappen battle, 2 proper racers battle, was sick. Watching Max Verstappen and Lando Norris battle, if you watch those 2 battles side by side, you see Max Verstappen battle against someone he respects relatively to respect you have for all F1 drivers, significantly more than someone he just doesn't sees as someone lesser than him. Lando Norris, he doesn't see as a competitor. Oscar Piastri, he does. And I think it showed in Miami.
It annoys me because Piastri's still nowhere near the level of Verstappen. I mean, for Piastri to get past Verstappen, yes, you could class it as he forced him into a mistake, locking up from the sheer amount of times that he had to defend. That McLaren overtaking that Red Bull is inevitable. But it's just sad from an F1 fan's point of view that the person that will win the World Championship is not necessarily the best driver on the grid. I miss this and I want this, and instead it's just like, okay, cool, these drivers are in the fastest car, they're gonna win. And I'm not trying to disrespect Piastri here, because we've said that he's a generational driver and this is only his 3rd season, so at this rate he's gonna get better. But for Verstappen to more than once take pole position and the driver's like, yeah, okay, well, Max did a max lap. Okay, yeah, we fucked up. He shouldn't be taking pole position. We're so blessed and lucky to have Max as a driver. And it's a shame to see Hamilton's downfall. It's so sad to see Alonso in 17th, by the way. Thank God for Verstappen, but I want more drivers like him. Piastri still has work to do, still more work to impress me even further. I want more from him. I want total domination.